Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you will never miss any video from Acuere Life Science Foundation. Myself, Dr. Shantanu R. Joshi, a clinician, a pharmacologist and a drug researcher. Dear students, today we are going to see the adrenergic and cholinergic nervous system, some basic considerations. If you want to study the drugs related with the adrenergic nervous system and cholinergic nervous system, naturally you should first understand what is adrenergic nervous system and what is cholinergic nervous system. Before going into the detail of the same, we will first understand what is nervous system. The nervous system is principally divided into central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. You can also divide it as central nervous system and autonomous nervous system, but for better understanding it is better to consider it the division as central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. The central nervous system is again divided into brain and spinal cord, and peripheral nervous system is divided into somatic nervous system, autonomous nervous system and enteric nervous system. The somatic nervous system is voluntary in nature. Contraction of a skeletal muscle is a good example of working of somatic nervous system. Autonomous nervous system, which is further divided into sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system, which is our main topic of today's discussion. It is also involuntary in nature. Then the enteric nervous system. Enteric nervous system consists of the abdominal ganglion. It is also known as abdominal brain. It is concerned with the activities of gastrointestinal tract, the secretion, the digestion, and so many things related with the abdominal ganglion are considered under the enteric nervous system. It is also involuntary in function. Dear all, in my further discussion many times the word ganglion will come, and that's why I should first explain what is a ganglion. A ganglion is nothing but the aggregation of the cell bodies of the nerve cells. Now there are preganglionic fibers, means the fiber running from the spinal cord to the ganglion will be called as preganglionic fiber. The fiber from the ganglion to the effector organ, from the ganglion to the effector organ is called as postganglionic fiber. The CNS transmissions and the somatic transmissions are without ganglions, but the autonomous nervous system transmission, the enteric transmissions are depending upon the ganglions. Now we will go into the details of sympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system is made up of the chain of ganglions running parallel to the spinal cord. In human beings, there are about 31 ganglions running parallel to the spinal cord on either side of the spinal cord. As these ganglions are very close to the spinal cord, the preganglionic fiber is short, and from the ganglion to the effector organ, that is postganglionic fiber, which is very long. Flight or fight response is related with this sympathetic nervous system. It is experimentally proved that sympathetic nervous system is not essential for life. The transmissions, the preganglionic transmission in sympathetic nervous system are depending upon acetylcholine, and the postganglionic transmissions depend upon noradrenaline. As the postganglionic transmission depend upon noradrenaline, we call them adrenergic neurons, and that's why in pharmacology we regularly use the word adrenergic, we rarely use the word sympathetic. In simple words, sympathetic nervous system is functionally known as adrenergic nervous system. Now, parasympathetic nervous system. The parasympathetic nervous system constitutes of some cranial nerves. Which cranial nerves? 3, 7, 9 and 10. And also some sacral nerves. Which one? Which sacral nerves? S2, S3 and S4. Now, some cranial and some sacral constitutes the parasympathetic nervous system. The ganglion of the parasympathetic nervous system is situated either in the organ or near the organ, and that's why the preganglionic fiber will be very long and the postganglionic fiber will be very short. Rest and digest is the major function of this system. These preganglionic transmissions are depending upon the acetylcholine. Postganglionic transmissions are also depend upon acetylcholine, and that's why this system is also known as cholinergic nervous system. In pharmacology, you will rarely get the word parasympathetic nervous system. You will always get the word cholinergic nervous system. Now, it's now very simple. Adrenergic nervous system is equal to sympathetic nervous system. Cholinergic nervous system is equal to parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system, that is the adrenergic nervous system, the cholinergic nervous system is the parasympathetic nervous system, are antagonistic in their function. Means sympathetic nervous system, if it is going to increase the function of the organ, the parasympathetic nervous system is going to depress the same organ. They are antagonism. Actually, sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system work in antagonism. They are basically balancing each other's activities. Principally, adrenergic nervous system or the sympathetic nervous system is stimulatory in its function. When any drug is going to stimulate the adrenergic nervous system, the function of the organ concerned increases. The best example is adrenaline. Adrenaline is an adrenergic stimulant. It stimulates the adrenergic nervous system, and that's why function of the organ concerned, for example heart rate increases. On the other hand, propanol is an adrenergic blocker. Administration of propanol will reduce the heart rate. The parasympathetic nervous system is principally inhibitory in its function. Suppose some drug is going to stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, the function of the organ concerned decreases. Acetylcholine is a cholinergic stimulant. Administration of acetylcholine reduces the heart rate. On the other hand, atropine is a cholinergic blocker. Administration of atropine increases the heart rate. And this is how sympathetic nervous system means adrenergic nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system means cholinergic nervous system are antagonistic in their function. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to Acuere Life Science Foundation. Thank you.